Hey there, drone fans. Today I'd like to provide an updated review of the brand new DJI Neo drone after having flown it a few months and point out some of my observations that I think make this drone even better than I thought it was originally. Starting with the fact that the drone only weighs 135 grams, which means it's incredibly portable, it's light as can be, you won't have to worry about registering it with the FAA, and it's incredibly durable as well. I can tell you that I've run this into trees, I actually hit a wall in the house, and because of these prop guards on the outside and the screening on the top and the bottom, it can bounce off a wall, land on the ground, the camera's pretty well protected, so it's an incredibly durable drone. It also has a really nice imaging package built in. It's a half-inch sensor, which can record 4K footage at up to 30 frames a second, which is great for all of your social media posts. So if you take this on vacation, you're going to capture some pretty incredible video and pictures with it when you're out there flying. It also has OcuSync 4 transmission technology built in, which provides up to 7 kilometers of distance between you and the drone if you're using a controller. Now, you can't fly that far in the United States because we have a visual line of sight requirement, which means you've got to keep the drone in your line of sight. But knowing you've got that strong a signal with a controller means you'll never have to worry about losing connection with the drone and having it fly off towards the horizon. I also like the fact that they built in a really powerful battery, which gives you up to 18 minutes of flight time on a fully charged battery. My experience is that that battery will provide about 12 or 13 minutes of flight, depending on what you're doing, but that's plenty of time to put it up in the air and have a lot of fun with it, and you can easily swap out the battery and even use the battery charging hub to charge 3 batteries at the same time. Another thing I really like about this drone is it's a bit of a chameleon, and what I mean by that is you can fly it in one of 4 ways. You can fly it without a controller and without your phone, just by holding the drone in your hand, turning it on, and picking one of the predetermined flight patterns. The drone will lift off from your hand and execute that flight pattern. So it'll either fly around you, or fly away from you and elevate, or shoot straight up in the air, or even follow you as you walk along the sidewalk. So it's a selfie drone on its own. That's a great way to get started. You can also pair it with your phone and open up the DJI Fly app, and when you do that, it's now been updated so you get a horizontal view of exactly what the camera sees and 2 virtual joysticks you can use on your phone to fly it as if you had a controller. You can take the next step and actually use a dedicated controller like the RCN2 or the RCN3 or even the RC2 if you want to get a sophisticated one with a screen built in. The minute you pair it with a controller, that's when you're going to get that 7 kilometers of distance and that really strong signal. And you're flying it like a regular drone at that point. They didn't stop there. They also included the brand new N3 goggles with the Motion Controller 3, so you can put those on and fly the Neo as if it were an FPV drone, which is a really cool experience if you've never flown an FPV drone. So again, what I like about this, being a chameleon, is I can start off with it as a selfie drone and enjoy it. I can use my phone to fly it like a regular drone. I can add the controllers when I'm ready. I can even add the goggles later on. And really what I've got is 4 different drones in one inside of a package, again, that weighs 135 grams and can fly all over the place. Now, I've used this drone, like I'd mentioned, for a couple of months, ever since it was released. And I'm telling you, it constantly surprises me at how well it does in strong wind, how it does when the sun is setting or the sun is rising in the mornings. I mean, it's really good to capture some footage out in the field, and it's a lot of fun to fly too. So if you're having a party, you've got some friends over, just put it in your hand, hit a button. They'll be amazed at how the drone takes off, flies away from you, does its pattern, comes back and lands right in your hand. So incredibly safe, a whole lot of fun to fly. And like I'd mentioned, the 5 things I brought out during this updated review were things that I'd read in the original documentation, but had to get out in the field and test. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know how DJI was able to pack that much technology into a tiny little drone like this, especially at the price that this is being offered. So I like it an awful lot. I think you'll like it as well. And that's all I really had for today. So thanks a lot for watching, and hope to see you again.